How's it going, guys? Today I'm going to show you what it's like to drive the SSC Tuatara Striker from a first-person point of view. At the heart of the Tuatara is a 5.9-liter twin-turbocharged V8 making 1,750 horsepower. 0 to 60 happens in 2.5 seconds, and the non-Striker version has a top speed of 295 miles an hour. The insane part is, even with all of this downforce, it's still capable of 270. Now, one of the coolest parts about this car is this heave spring in the middle here. That actually helps with weight transfer front to rear when you're accelerating, giving you more traction, forcing the weight of the car to the rear wheels. There are two variants of the Tuatara, the standard car and the Striker, which is much more focused on-track performance as well as handling as opposed to top speed, but it still has a ridiculous 270 mile an hour top speed. We also have some storage space in the front, and we've gone for a drive. A lot of hypercars get really hot in the front to the point where it can melt stuff, but it isn't warm whatsoever. So we've got 1,100 pounds of downforce at 160 miles an hour, thanks to that massive front splitter, dive planes, aero on the side, and then look at that rear wing, a massive rear diffuser. And it also has some active aerodynamic elements. Right here, this little wing pops up and can also act as an air brake. Hopping inside the Tuatara now, we've got these gorgeous Alcantara bucket seats that can come with either a harness or a standard seat belt. Let's go ahead and hop in. Inside of the Tuatara now, we've got this awesome squared off steering wheel, Alcantara carbon fiber, and a shift indicator light. We've got paddles on the steering wheel for the 7-speed single clutch automated manual transmission. We'll talk more about that when we get out onto the road. We've got a stop start button right here, as well as a very, very nice infotainment screen with some cool options. Now, one of the craziest parts about this car is when we close the doors, the A-pillars are actually see-through, as is the roof. So it feels super airy and open in the cabin. So on the left side of the infotainment screen, we can control the ride height, and it actually lifts up on all 4 corners, so you can get over large speed bumps or inclines. And then on the right side, we can change the driving mode, switch it from manual or automatic mode. Obviously, manual is the mode of choice. Really cool air vents as well. Pretty much every single thing in here is carbon fiber, Alcantara, or metal. We also have a wireless charging pad right here, the Tuatara logo, and then look behind us, you can see those blow-off valves mounted right behind your head for an awesome auditory experience. All right, let's take this thing out for a drive. All right, guys, we are behind the wheel of the SSC Tuatara. Oh my gosh. That blow-off noise is absolutely outrageous. So we've got the blow-off valves right behind my head, and the noise when you're just partly on throttle and you let off is insane. I love that. So we've got a 7-speed single clutch automated manual for extra drama. Apparently they're talking about potentially doing a DCT in the future, but honestly, I really like how much emotion the single clutch gearbox causes. Look, we've got the Eccentrica SCV12 out on the side there. Let's downshift into second gear. 1,750 horsepower, rear wheel drive. Let's roll on the throttle. Wow. Oh, this thing moves. So this is running on 91 octane right now, pump gas. So it's only, I should say only with a big asterisk, making 1,350 horsepower. If you run it on methanol or E85, it'll make that full 1,750. But with how little this car weighs, and 1,350 horsepower is absolutely plenty. Downshifts are super quick. We've got a shift indicator right here on the steering wheel. Roll on the gas again. Wow. I mean, that is epic. It's actually really easy to drive as well. The steering has good feel to it, but it's relatively light. I should say, actually, it's got a medium weight to it, which I really like. Now, this has a very track-focused suspension, and even still, it rides over bumps really, really well, kind of impressively so. It feels and smells in here like a full-blown race car. So the engine was co-developed with Nelson Racing Engines, who is very well known for producing some of the fastest and most high horsepower engines in the world, particularly V8s. But it's just got this like Texas 2K 2000 horsepower vibe to it, where you can smell the gas. The sound is just violent and the shifts are insane. I'm so glad that this thing has a single clutch instead of a DCT, because it's a lot more exciting. The pedal throw for the accelerator has a long throw to it. The traction control feels pretty foolproof. I mean, a 1750 horsepower rear wheel drive car obviously, in theory, would struggle severely with traction issues. And this doesn't whatsoever, which is a very impressive feat. All right, let's see what first gear is like. Traction control. Oh my God, this thing is violent. Oh, it's scary, my gosh. And to think it has 300 more horsepower on a different fuel. What a car. Visibility is fantastic as well. You've got those see-through A-pillars, which is really cool, really unique. I really like this thing. The instrument cluster is fantastic as well. It reminds me a bit, obviously it's different, of the SVJ or the Performante tachometer from Lamborghini. It's got its unique style to it. Let's try automatic mode just to see. Obviously, a sequential manual in automatic mode isn't its preferred choice of experience, but it's pretty chill in automatic. Run through some gears. Fifth, super, super smooth. I love the fact that if you pull both paddles, it puts the car into neutral, and then to put the vehicle into reverse, you pull the left paddle, which is super nice. So many cars with dual clutches, single clutches have a bespoke reverse button, and I love the fact that you can just do it all from the paddles. Singular mounted windshield wiper looks really cool. And I think they did a really good job with the interior. Often it's very hard for a new company to develop a nice looking high-end interior, and the mix of carbon fiber, Alcantara is really, really nice. Now we're gonna switch it back into sport shift mode. So now we're in manual mode. Give this guy a nice little soundtrack. I mean, that blow off at 5% throttle. That is ridiculous. And just cruising around, it's honestly really comfortable, and it's easy to drive. And it's very impressive, maybe thanks to that heave spring and very, very tricksy traction control, that it's able to be a civilized car with this much horsepower and rear wheel drive, but also an absolute ferocious beast when you start flooring it. Obviously, a car like this, it would be great to be out on the Autobahn and hit 270 miles an hour. Hopefully, hey, SSC, if you're watching, you can make that happen. Do some top speed runs, maybe on an airstrip. That would be super, super fun. Because it feels like it just continues to pull and pull and pull. And obviously, given the fact that we're here on the road, I'm not exactly going to continue accelerating through fifth gear and find out what Monterey jail looks like. That doesn't sound fun whatsoever. Zenvo house over there. I mean, randomly driving behind a Ford GT and an SSC Tuatara, that is pretty damn cool. The cars out and about are just ridiculous right now. See if we can open her up once more. Unfortunately, I'd love to take this car on Lorales Grade Road, which is an excellent twisty road out here in Monterey, but they're doing some construction, and I pre-ran the route just to see where I could take this car, and you have to wait at a light for like 20 minutes, literally 20 minutes, and then there's so many people in front of you, it kind of ruins the twisty road. So I'd love to get this out, potentially in the Malibu Canyons or something, to test out more of the handling characteristics of the car. But just really cool to experience this. So special thanks to the team at SSC for making this possible. I think this is the only POV drive in the world of this car, so I'm blessed to have this opportunity, and it's genuinely a really fun car to drive. Well, that is absolutely terrifying. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Like always, please browse the channel and subscribe. I look forward to seeing you next video.